Pick the lane. Is this a great team that is supposed to win? Or is this a flawed, old, bad shooting team that if they do win, will deserve massive credit for being the underdog story that they are?
Underdog story. They should have won. They're stacked. They're stacked. Man, change the narratives all you want, dude. We have eyes. All right, welcome back to the show, everyone. Hope y'all are having a good day so far. So, best community ever, like hands down. This video right here, I watched about 30 seconds of, and wow, this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. In case you haven't seen on the headline of the video, this is Timeline of Losing, the last 5 years reported by Nick Wright. As we all know, Nick Wright is, I mean, he's tied with Shannon Sharp, I'd say, as the #1, like, the best employees at Clutch Media. You know, like, they do the best work because the narratives that they spin are insane. But Nick Wright, he does it in such a Weasley way, and I'm glad that this video is going to expose it, because that's why I am reacting to it. The first 30 seconds, they already exposed one. So what we're going to see here is Nick Wright boosting up his guy, LeBron, and then after they lose, switch the narrative to avoid blame on LeBron and blame somebody else. And then that's where, like, that's literally the source of where everything comes from, where all mainstream media catches on, and then the narrative, like now, it's Luka's out of shape. That's why the Lakers lost. Luka's out of shape, and JJ Redick is a terrible coach. It has nothing to do with LeBron James. You know what I mean? But leading up into the playoffs, all the hype was LeBron James, as it always is. You know what I mean? It's all LeBron. And LeBron doing this at 40 is great, blah, 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 blah. And then what happens? What happened in the playoffs? Anyways, I think that might be included. This is from only a couple days ago, so I think it's going to cover even the most recent playoffs that we just witnessed. Anyways, you guys, I want to get to this real quick. I wanted to thank Scott Merryweather, new channel member. Thank you very much for your support, and yeah, it's awesome, man. Thank you so much. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I need to say before this video? Nope. I'm linking the original down below in the description, like I always do. This is from a channel called Bald Head Kid. Okay, and yeah, that's going to be in the description for you guys. Everyone, please leave this video a like. I appreciate you all. Let's do this. All right, so starting with 2020. Oh, 2021 season. Yep.
All right, first.
Oh, I remember this too, against the Suns. This was looking really bad. We were favored to win, but yeah, okay.
Round in the West right now, and I had the Lakers in 6, and the Lakers easily dispatch of the Nuggets in 5, and then the Western Conference Finals, Lakers, Clippers, going to be a classic, and it is Lakers in a gentleman's sweep. Now to the East, and the Sixers move on. Sixers in 7 over the Milwaukee Bucks, which would set up a Lakers-Sixers NBA Finals, which, Brandon, was my preseason NBA Finals, I may mention. This is a good, not an all-time, but a good NBA Finals. Lakers in 6. LeBron gets championship ring number 5.
Okay, real quick, because as crazy as that sounds in hindsight, the Lakers had a good squad. The Lakers had a really, really good squad at that time. They were defending their championship, so this doesn't sound that ridiculous. But I want to hear who gets the blame and what happens when it doesn't go the way Nick Wright predicted, because it really, really did not go the way he predicted. Okay, game 1. I think they went up 2-0 in the series.
James missing again at the foul line. A whistle. James goes down hard to the court.
The narrative.
Ball off the Ayton screen. Booker on Caruso.
There's Chris Paul, man. I miss Chris Paul here.
Over Davis, too late.
Devin Booker,
and
34
Booker.
points, 8 assists. Suns take game 1, 99-90.
He was a ghost. I don't even.
Man, this was a crazy time in my life, man. I remember watching these games at the restaurant after we closed, like just staying there having a beer and just watching these games.
care that he was missing jump shots. I care that he was only taking jump shots, and he seemed to not even be interested in rebounding the basketball.
Okay, so it's so fast. So AD is taking the blame here, which is crazy. AD was the best player on the team that whole time. Can the Lakers trust AD enough to win the series against the Suns? Ay, Nick Wright.
So Anthony Davis obviously has to be better. I still feel very confident about Lakers in 6, but they need to make some adjustments immediately.
Okay, so the narrative is there. If the Lakers don't win in 6, it's AD's fault. Let's continue on. I didn't know he was going game for game. This is cool. All right, game 2. Lakers win. Okay, so they won game 2. Lakers won. Okay, see, I knew they won back-to-backs, but I thought they started out the gate, so they're up 2-1.
Nick, I'll start with you. Is this series now over after what you saw last night?
Look at this, man. What are you asking from the guy? He got 34-11. LeBron got 21-9. And why are we criticizing Anthony Davis? It shocks me. It shocks me how they do this, and now they're doing it to Luka.
Of course, Jenna. It's because the Suns have no answer for Anthony Davis, and they have no answer for LeBron James, who is quite literally just trying out new things on the basketball court to keep himself entertained. Like, so the Lakers have one thing that no other team in the league has had all year, which is game in, game out, no matter what lineup is out there, no matter who's healthy or who's not, stifling, choking defense.
Yeah, their defense was good.
And so when you add to that, LeBron as the, hand on the joystick, as Brian Windhorst would say, and Anthony Davis playing like Anthony Davis, you've got no shot. They are dominating this team because they have the greatest player ever, because Anthony Davis is back to being Anthony Davis, and because their calling card of playoff-level A+ defense has been there from game 1, and it was there at game 75 last night. So yes, Brandon, this series is over. Guess what LeBron knows? He knows what his team needs not to win game 1 or game 2 of the first round, but to win the championship. And you know what LeBron was doing through the first 10 quarters of this series? Trying to get his shooters in rhythm, knowing if need be in the biggest spots, I still am the most unstoppable force in the league. He didn't just all of a sudden get healthy at halftime. At halftime, he's like, hey, we need to win this game. We've got 2 days of rest before the next one. Take control of the series, so I'll win it for us, and then I will go back to trying to get KCP and Kuzma and Wes Matthews in rhythm.
Holy slurp. Holy slurp. Okay, so it's so easy for LeBron to beat the Suns that he's just trying out new things and just playing around and having fun. Okay. Cool. Suns win indeed. Suns win indeed again. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Uh-oh, now what? Yeah, okay, yeah, now what?
The Lakers are going to win tonight. The Lakers aren't going to lose. This is very simple. Here's when series are at 3-2 Wilds, there's 3 questions you should ask yourself. And if the answer to all 3 is the same, then picking the series is very simple. And if there's some divergence, then you got to think on it. First question is, who's up in the series? Second question is, who is the home team in Game 6? And the third question is, who do you trust more in Game 7?
Oh, man, home court don't matter after COVID. It seems to be over.
Oh, who's up in the series? Phoenix.
Yep.
Who's at home in Game 6? The Lakers.
Who cares?
Who do you trust more in Game 7? Well, that is obvious. The team with LeBron.
What? Game 7. That's when you trust LeBron. Okay.
And being down 3-2 Wilds historically is really, really bad for every team. Except for teams with LeBron James on them.
Slurp. Lakers eliminated. Lakers. Suns in 6, baby. Oh, good job, Bridges. Shut him down. Shut the big man down. Oh, look at that. Look at their progress. Road to the finals. Almost. Nice effort, guys. All right, 21-22. They signed Russell Westbrook, Melo, Dwight Howard. Yep. Okay, what did he tweet? Keep talking about my squad. Blah, blah, blah. Hold on. Oh, this is to keep that same narrative, same energy. Okay, keep talking about my squad. Our personnel ages, the way he plays, he stays injured. Who? We're past our time in this league. Oh, he means all of them, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Do me one favor, please, and I mean please. Keep that same narrative energy when it begins. That's all I ask. Guys, after what happens in the playoffs, this tweet, I believe, gets deleted. Okay? So all that hype, let's see how he does. So great. Yep, we'll keep talking. We will. You asked for it. We're doing it.
LeBron knows, he's acutely aware of how his career has been covered.
Okay, so he did delete it.
And for people that don't remember it or know, well, here's what happens. Folks explain why a LeBron James team is flawed, can't get it done, won't win the title, and then when they do end up winning the title, they then say, well, of course they did. That was an unbeatable super team. I mean, he stacked the deck. What did you expect? This has happened time and time again, which is...
No, we were favoring the team. I mean, until we saw how bad they were. But on paper, we were favoring this team. It wasn't bad enough you got LeBron and AD, but you got freaking Westbrook on there too. This was different. This was different. I expected you guys to win, but you didn't. So it's the opposite of what Nick Wright is saying. I didn't want them to win, but they underperformed, in my opinion. Just like they did right now in 2025, the squad was better than what they did out there in the playoffs. They underperformed once again. LeBron James team underperforming. Go figure.
This is why LeBron says, keep the same narrative energy.
And we did.
It's happening again. People are going to get it both ways, Brandon. They're going to get to have their fun before the year starts.
They all know he's
saying
a clown.
how bad the team will be, no shooting, old, geriatric. And then if and when they win, they'll be like, well,
some of those
5
questions?
Hall of Famers. LeBron, AD, Russ, Melo, Dwight, of course, most stacked team ever. So he's just asking you to pick a lane. Pick the lane. Is this a great team that is supposed to win? Or is this a flawed, old, bad shooting team that if they do win, will deserve massive credit for being the underdog story that they are?
Underdog story. They should have won. They're stacked. They're stacked. Man, change the narratives all you want, dude. We have eyes.
That's the question.
Bravo, Nick. Bravo.
He knows he's full of shit. Lakers suffer another surprising loss. They lost to Memphis. Damn, I forgot it was Memphis. Really? For the second half of the NBA. Okay. Oh, okay. This is the regular season. Ouch. Claxton. Lakers have it below. Yeah, okay. So they're covering the whole season here then.
Here's where Russ has not been fine. His defense has been a travesty. And it's not everybody likes saying defense is effort.
And yeah, we all remember Russ was the scapegoat this time, and they got rid of him. Look what he's doing in Denver. What a huge difference maker he is in Denver when people just let him be himself instead of turning him into a freaking corner spot shooter.
No, it's not. It's partially effort, but on this level, the highest level in the world, it's attention to detail, it's focus, it's understanding you're 1 of 5, like a shifting amoeba defensively, and you can't just freelance and go do your own thing. It will break your defense down like it did against the Nets on the Patty Mills 3. So his defense has been a disaster. His efficiency has been bad. And his decision-making that Antoine's talking about, late in games in particular, has been the worst I've ever seen from him. So Broussard, I didn't expect Russ to all of a sudden magically become a good three-point shooter by joining the Lakers. We knew that was going to be a negative. But
so why make him do it? Why make that his role?
People thought but because he's on what should be a good team, he'll pay more attention on defense. He'll be more cautious with the ball. He hasn't done those things. That's where this is a killer for the Lakers, Broussard.
By the way, just a couple days ago, it was a post-game interview, and they asked Russ like something about LeBron James, and Russ was just like, I haven't talked to LeBron James in a very long time. Like, he was like clear cut. Pretty sure he hasn't talked to him since 2022. The way things went down, 31-45 record. They're 11th in the West. Yep. Yep, there it is. Okay. Last 9 seconds, down by 3. Lakers ball. Come on, LeBron.
Augustine, a great three-point shooter. Bradley and Davis.
This is a moment. This is a moment in history. Get that shot off, buddy. Get it off.
LeBron to tie the game.
Money.
It's
Nothing
over.
but air.
And New Orleans has come in and taken it from the Lakers.
Keep that same energy, everyone. Oh, and then play victim when we do, buddy. Yeah, now you're a victim because we did exactly what you asked for, and we kept that same damn energy. Oh, let's see what Nick Wright has to say about it.
LeBron James makes a layup.
By the way, I just realized just how, like, I'm totally getting copyright struck out of the a-hole this one, aren't I? Like, this is all television footage.
A wide open layup with 6:51 left in the fourth quarter. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It was the only 2 points he scored in the whole fourth quarter. Obviously, it's not a great basketball team, but it's...
Wait, is this a LeBron James scored only 2 points in the fourth quarter situation?
Layup with 6:51 left in the fourth.
Okay.
LeBron James makes a layup, just a wide open layup with 6:51 left in the fourth quarter. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It was the only 2 points he scored in the whole fourth quarter.
Oh, the clutch again. I didn't realize that one. 2 points in the fourth quarter on a do or die game. And you crazy people out there, they're trying to convince the world that he's the most clutch playoff performer of all time. Just stop it. Screw your stats and screw your numbers. Look with your eyes what he does in the fourth quarter in the playoffs in crucial games. Just look, use your damn eyes. You were gifted eyes, man. Use them.
Obviously, it's not a great basketball team, but it's way better than 16 games under 500.
On paper, it's great.
And I'll take 16 of those games, and if we had a 5-hour show, I promise you I could go back and find you 16 times in this season in which your man could not close. This is the classic case of this is the game of the year. This is the one you have to win to stay afloat. He is heavily guarded at the end of the game, but he has a 3 to wipe the slate clean and at least get them to overtime, make one big clutch shot, and he maneuvered. And I think I give him high marks for the maneuver because he actually finally got a little opening there. We had a decent look at it, and he airballed it.
Okay. Lakers finished 11th place. Yeah, they missed the play-in. Yeah. Okay.
I foolishly had this little bit of hope that maybe Anthony Davis can
Remember, before this, he was going to laugh in our face because he was saying we were Laker doubters and they were going to win the championship, which is the exact opposite of reality. The Lakers were a stacked team and they should have won, yet they didn't. You know what I mean? So it's all reversey, and it's just like the biggest gaslighting shit I've ever seen in my life. So let's see what his crap is. So, okay.
throw the team on his back. Through 3 times all year, he had a game score of 30. Embiid's done it close to 30. Like, it was 0 times all year, he had a game score of over 35.
Who's he talking about?
I don't know what's happened, but I do know this. It's not just injuries. It's not like, well, when Anthony Davis was out there, they were awesome. He played 40 games.
That's right.
And last night was another one. It's like, okay, he was fine. So that's kind of the small picture. That's a bigger picture for the Lakers. What's happened to Anthony Davis? What do you think Anthony Davis is?
There it is. And there's the turnabout right there. Anthony Davis. Again. Yeah, man. Jeez. I'm so glad he's free from this nonsense. Man, he was the scapegoat constantly.
A bigger picture for the Lakers. What's happened to Anthony Davis?
There it is.
What do you think Anthony Davis's 3-point percentage was this year? He shot nearly 2 a game. The answer is 18%. The worst 3-point shooter in the league by a mile.
What's sick is that Anthony Davis is also a Clutch Media or Clutch Sports customer, whatever, a client. That's the word. So, like, I mean, we know who's at top of the food chain, and that's LeBron, obviously. It's his company. So in order to prop up LeBron, you're going to smear campaign another client just because F it. It's for the greater good, right? This is gross.
So yeah, injuries hurt. But when you're healthy, he shot 18% from three.
I don't give a damn what he's doing from three. I give a damn what he's doing on the inside, man. Yep. So they get rid of Vogel, who they just won a championship with, and now they got Darvin Ham. This is the circus of LeBron James, you guys.
I like the hire. We talked about Darvin Ham, and you look around the league. Ime Udoka, Monty Williams, Willie Green, hell, Steve Kerr. A lot of our coaches that are the most successful are guys who played, and Ime is showing you can have Ty Lue. Thank you.
He's going to build up Ham, I think. He's going to build him up.
Forgot about Ty.
Oh. How far did we get? No, yeah. That's right. We didn't even get to the playoffs. Yeah. The silence. Oh, man. That's brilliant. All right, next year. Let's do it. New coach. New look. All right, they finished 7th in the West. Hey, they played good this year, though. All right, going for the Nuggets. They played good. Well,
I like the Lakers
up until this.
Tonight. I like the Lakers in the series. The reason I like the Lakers in this series is because I actually think this is a LeBron series. LeBron hunting guys out, finding the mismatch, and torturing them in the pick and roll. It's not necessarily about getting Jokic in the pick and roll, but I'm sure he will do that. It is about Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. and finding who
It's definitely about Jamal Murray.
they can pick out and go after. I think for tonight, with the days of rest, the altitude won't be as big of a factor. I like the Lakers for tonight. I like the Lakers in 6. Where the Nuggets kill
Lakers in
you
6.
is the Jokic-Murray pick and roll. And there is not a single player in the league better suited to be able to recover off that action than Anthony Davis. And so I think that if you're the Nuggets, that is the one guy you didn't want to see Jokic have to deal with, not because he can hold him to 15, but because he can hold him to 27, 8, and 6 instead of 34.
First half.
By the way, this was a good matchup between AD and Jokic. Very good matchup.
Full game. And then you have LeBron to deal with.
Okay.
Well, why else have the Nuggets all year?
Well, I don't know. I've just been right all year.
132, 126 in the freaking game 1. Hold up. What did that say? What are the similarities between LeBron and Jokic? Who is this talking? Denver Nuggets. Okay, I think it's Caldwell Pope. I feel like the only difference is Bron can jump higher than Jokic. Declared Jokic's monster performance. Okay, well, we'll see.
I went into this series cautiously very optimistic.
So defeat Lakers, yep, just let it be known. Good numbers, empty stats, led to a loss. Usually does.
My optimism thought the Lakers would be able to score at will on this team, and that this was a very, very bad matchup for the Nuggets. After watching game 1, my caution is gone, and my optimism is boundless. Boundless.
Oh, really?
I give the Nuggets, most notably Joker, massive credit. I give that crowd credit. I give Mike Malone credit.
I never watched this. I never watched this show. I think it's just hilarious year after year. They're all in on it. His co-hosts all know that he's full of crap. The looks on their face is like, yeah, look at this weasel. But they're getting paid, so they're like, whatever, dude.
Credit
I'll go
for getting that victory and hanging on for dear life at the end, because that would have been a crushing that would have been a series ender if they had lost in that fashion. Not if they had lost game 1, but if they had blown a 21-point lead at home. Let me show you how LeBron and AD scored. Hubs, if we can pull it up, we can do AD first, then LeBron, how they scored. If it was a flurry of jump shots, then I'd be a little more concerned. It was not. It was things that are going to be accessible to them. How did LeBron score? The exact way going into the game I thought he would. Find Jamal Murray, get him in a pick and roll, and go. What I saw from the Lakers...
That's actually a problem if you really look at it. So this is where LeBron's scoring, in the paint. And then this is where AD's scoring, primarily in the paint. Actually, it's crazy. He's the center, but he's actually more spread out in his mid-range than LeBron is. I'll let you look at it again. This is LeBron. So not one outside shot. He had 1-2 mid-range, and everything else was right at the bucket. And then AD had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that would be considered mid-range or further. So they're both clogging the lane, which is what happens, on a LeBron James team. He wants to go down the middle. But what's happening to all this other space out here? Who's covering their mid-range? Nobody, apparently. That should be LeBron's job. He should dominate the mid-range, let the big man dominate the post. I've always been saying, I don't know, it's been so obvious since like 2005.
Get him in a pick and roll and go. What I saw from the Lakers yesterday offensively confirmed my pre-series suspicions that the Nuggets can offer no resistance. I don't know, and maybe I'm wrong, and we'll get 2 weeks to see it play out, what adjustment the Nuggets can make to be better defensively.
They just beat the Lakers, and he's acting like the Lakers dominated them. How weird is this? Jokic had 34, 21, and 14 on 12 for 17 shooting, and you're acting like the Lakers had the advantage? This is sick.
That's the thing. That's why I'm as confident as I am. Is I don't think they have the personnel to slow down LeBron and Anthony Davis offensively.
All right. Game 2, Nuggets win. Game 3, Nuggets win. They went up 3-0. Oh.
Listen, I was wrong, America.
Now, the memories just came back. I remember exactly what this is.
Wrong about the series. We'll find out tonight or Wednesday or at some point if and when the Nuggets win the 4th game. I am not putting this at the doorstep.
By the way, so before he said that like nobody can compete with LeBron and AD, but the first game, Jokic won the matchup. The second game, Murray won the matchup. Okay, Nick Wright, what you got?
Darvin Ham, this is a compliment to the Nuggets head coach, not an indictment on the Lakers head coach. The Nuggets instantly recognized, the D'Angelo Russell situation is a disaster for the Lakers. And I think manipulated like the Lakers into leaning into it. I do not think it was coincidental that immediately after game 1, Mike Malone's like, that's an interesting storyline. Are they going to play him or not? And Bruce Brown talked about it, almost daring the Lakers keep him on the court, knowing that D'Angelo's a guy that can get temperamental, that up and down, and also knowing, and we can show it to you quickly, that when D'Angelo's on the court, the Lakers...
I forgot. So this is where it started. This is where he became the next scapegoat.
Are annihilated, and in the 65 minutes he's off the court, they have won resoundingly. Now,
don't you love it that no one actually points out the obvious? He was a point guard with the Lakers, and he was not allowed to play point guard because LeBron took his job. Just like Westbrook, by the way, a point guard who was not allowed to play point guard because LeBron wants that job, even though he was the power forward. Usually small forward. I'm pretty damn sure at this point he was the power forward. So, yeah. So you get mad at a guy because he's not allowed to do his job, and you're wondering why he's not producing in his job. Well, anyways.
Clear, Brew. I am not saying you take D'Angelo Russell off and the Lakers are leading this series, but I think it would be 2-1 potentially, not 3-0. If the Lakers win tonight, Game 5 becomes a little screw tightening for Denver because they then know Game 6 we got to go back to Los Angeles.
Game 6?
It's for you. Look
at these guys. They're so bored. This is so dumb. They've been listening to this crap all week, and all the while, the Lakers are 1 game away from getting swept, and this guy's plotting out Game 6. Get out of here, man.
Everyone talks about a 0-1. and everything, 149. What I think is even more noteworthy is that only 3 teams, Brew and I were talking about this before the show, have even forced a Game 7. So 146 of the 149 have won in either games 4, 5, or 6. I think it'll be interesting. They win tonight. I think tomorrow's show's interesting. I think
what is your
Wednesday's
answer?
Any belief? My answer is yes. I'm like Nikola Jokic. Blame me. I'm just like Nikola Jokic.
Nice.
You know what? Because they have LeBron, I think it's on the board.
Okay.
It's on the board. Another thing on the board.
Such a clown show. Yeah, see, I confused this one because I'm used to the gentleman's sweep by Jokic, but I forgot this was real. Yep, complete sweep. Yep, it happened. This was when he was getting swept, and then now he's like a gentleman's sweep lately. Good job, Jokic. You done it good.
The question is D'Angelo Russell. D'Angelo Russell has,
D-Lo.
in my opinion, real regular season value for a team that might want to load manage people. He has no postseason value unless he, at 28 years old, decides, you know what? I'm the former number 2 pick of a draft. I bounce around the league because I'm not a playoff player because I can't defend. Do I want to dedicate myself on that front?
Oh, yeah, they did good. They did good this year. It's an improvement. Even though they got swept, it's an improvement.
Nick, it's game 1. Denver has won 5 in a row. Must win.
Oh, God.
This is your way of getting this segment back in. I mean, we killed it for football.
If you don't win tonight, they're getting their rings. All they did was talk trash. The announcer said, we made you LeBron's daddy or something like that.
Yeah.
This is a must-win game for the Lakers.
You know what?
Can't lose 6 in a row and then be like, we can beat them in the playoffs. No, you can't.
It's not that it was 4-0. It's like it was 13 possession. The point I am trying to make is I think there is an element with the Lakers that does not feel like the Nuggets are head and shoulders better than them, even though they lost 4-0.
You don't get swept. Oh, my God. All right, Nuggets beat the Lakers in the season opener. Yep. Nuggets go on to win. Both. Shoot. My brain stopped there. Both other regular season. Okay, so at this point, they've won 5, 6, 7, 8 in a row. Round 1, yeah.
Is one of these teams dealing with a massive distraction?
That might lock them in.
Is one of these teams dealing with, one of the biggest scandals in modern NBA history, touching a family member of a key player?
Wait, what?
It crossed my mind.
Dusty, the envelope.
It crossed my mind.
I mean, it's not nothing. Wilds, I'm going to trust you to read this to the audience, as you will see it is wax sealed on the back.
Wow.
Monogrammed. If you would, please.
Not monogrammed.
Oh, really? Look at the wax seal on the back. Tell me if that's a wax seal
He goes
monogram.
through all this to pick the Nuggets. I'll tell you that.
You want me to read this part?
Is this-
do not open. Okay, it's confidential.
Do not open until.
And it is really wax sealed.
Wax sealed.
You have a wax sealer?
Wow.
For events like this.
Okay.
It's like the NBA draft.
It is like the NBA draft.
What is this even? What's the distraction?
I'm stunned.
With the first pick, the first redo pick, since we all put our official picks in a week ago, Nick Wright has selected
Wow.
the Los
In
Angeles.
Oh,
six.
here we
Not
go
even
again.
seven.
In six.
I guess they got
with
to
two
win at home.
exclamation points.
Exactly right. Lakers in 6. I just think that if every game last year was
Maybe
in
he
the
was
balance
close. It was 5.
in the fourth quarter, and LeBron played
They didn't
poorly
win,
in
though.
all 4 fourth quarters, which I think because it's round 1 is not going to happen with the rest between games. And D'Lo.
I'm starting to think that's what the LeBron fans are actually trying to do. They're trying to tell us how many games until LeBron goes home. So like this year it was Lakers in 5. They were right. This one it was Lakers in 6. So they were a little wrong, off by 1 game, but close. He eventually went home.
D'Lo is
worn
6
out
points
last
on
night in the fourth quarter.
Right, and again, that was every other day for the last few weeks that they've been playing. We'll see. We'll just see.
He hasn't won in Denver in over 4 years. He hasn't won. LeBron James has not won one game in Denver.
I think that means he's 0-6.
Oh my God! I've been calling Jokic his daddy for a while, but like for 4 years straight, LeBron hasn't gotten one in a regular season over Jokic. Jesus.
Something.
Who was your daddy?
I don't
What does he
years.
do?
It's a long time ago.
Okay.
It means he's due.
It's not. Doesn't mean he's due.
Oh yeah, he's due for
Does
one.
not mean he's
He's
due.
got to be due for one. All right.
Okay.
It means it's just going to keep
So,
on
okay,
happening.
so
another
I
close
could see
sweep.
maybe one game.
Okay,
certainly
but
not.
then that means a lot of your analysis has to shift dramatically if the Lakers win one of the first two.
Yep. Let's do it. Surprise, surprise. So what's that? 8 in a row?
Series already over.
All right, well, that's an on its face ridiculous question.
True. It's only one game.
No, the series is not over. And in fact, even if the Lakers lose tonight, this series hasn't even started yet, according to some of the wisest minds ever. The part of this game that was most disconcerting to me
By the way, they lost by 11, game one.
was Austin Reeves seeming
Scared?
yeah.
Yeah.
Which Austin Reeves was actually good in the conference finals. And he was obviously good in that playoff run. It didn't seem
thought he was
like
scared?
he just played so tentative. Austin Reeves needs to take some of D'Lo's confidence. So D'Lo has less and Austin has more.
That's 100%
And
right.
so Austin just at times seemed like he wasn't even looking at the basket. Like he'd get the ball and almost, a circular dribble away.
So what? Now it's a combination of D'Lo and Low Country Reeves taking the blame. Okay, game two. Oh yeah. Close game. Clutch time, LeBron. This is what you're for. Most clutch playoff performer of all time, guys. Let's do it. Yeah. You got the look you wanted. You got the look. That was it. Wide open. So clutch. Now let's see what an actual clutch player can do.
I love it. Don't call
I
it.
love this.
Tie ball game, worst
I
can
remember
happen,
this
we
so
go
well.
overtime.
I was watching this with my
Murray
friends.
makes a move.
Clutch time. Bang.
The Nuggets have won.
And any of you old school subscribers over here remember when I made an endless loop? It was like a 10-minute loop of LeBron bricking, and then this shot by Murray, and then LeBron making excuses in the press conference. I did like a 10-minute loop. I was crazy. What a game, though, man. Oh, funny. And poor AD. AD got swallowed by the crowd in here. Look, there's AD somewhere in there. That was not, okay, real quick. That was not supposed to be AD's assignment. Okay, here. We're gonna do this whole thing here. Who picks up Murray, guys? Who picks up Murray? Look at it. It's happening right now. Okay, so you pick up Murray, right? Stay with him. You got 8 seconds left, buddy. Let's see that DPOY defense in action. Guard 1 through 5, right? Let's do it.
Don't call
All right,
it.
see? I'm not crazy. He took the assignment right there.
Tie ball
Now
game,
what?
worst can happen.
The most soft pick you've ever seen, right here. Is he going to go through it?
Go to overtime.
No. He sends his goon, AD, to do it. So the last image we see is not LeBron clinking that game-winning shot. Well, what would have been a game-winning shot? The last image we see is this guy getting busted. It's not deserved. There it is.
Makes a move.
Bang. What are you boxing out for, LeBron? What are you going to get a rebound with 0 on the clock? You know? And now look at this poor guy. He gets swallowed. Look, he's it's over. I feel so bad for AD. All right. Let me move on. Let me move on from this one. Okay. It's right here. What a shot by Murray. What a shot.
Nick, are you ready to admit this series is over?
Well, I mean, how can something end before it's even begun?
That's a fair point.
Hasn't begun?
What?
You know it's over.
They haven't started
It
yet.
hasn't even started.
Yeah, all right.
In fact, as it happens, these NBA playoffs haven't started. I don't know what it means for the ratings, but we're now 11-0 for home teams. So none of these series are yet to start.
Right? What the heck is going on?
Wilds,
That's actually happening right now, too. The home teams are losing the opening games for whatever reason.
My pre-series prediction, you know it because you held it up and I tweeted it out.
You said Lakers in 6.
Okay. So what does that? I know you're not quite as good at math as I am, but what does that mean?
So you're going to have to win 4.
No, but what does it mean the series is?
The next 4.
Would have to win 4 straight for the series to be exact. But what was my prediction? Lakers win 4 games and the Nuggets win how many?
2.
2, exactly. So I'm halfway there. Okay. So the idea that it would be over. No, listen. I don't look at, and I'm going to bring up the number I brought up earlier as well. People are going to say, oh, you lost the game, D'Lo was red hot. That's true. But what's also true is Rui and Austin Reeves were awful. And there were
they all 5 got to play terrifically
because
for them to win a game?
No, because my point is, with D'Lo, Rui, and Austin Reeves going 13 of 34 from the field, and with the bench scoring 6 total points, it's right there. So, no, I don't think the series is over. Do I think the Lakers
are in we are 25 minutes or so into this video. Have you guys heard Nick Wright put any accountability or blame on LeBron once, even though he's the team leader and all of these failures are happening around him? Have you heard it once? Because I haven't. I've been paying attention. He's never put any accountability or blame on LeBron. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'd love to see it.
Bad shape? Obviously. Does Game 3 become a no-question must-win? Obviously. Do I think it's over? No.
The Lakers led by 20.
Yeah.
I mean, and they still lost.
Yep.
It's over, Nick. They have now lost in just about every way imaginable.
Right. So they've gotten rid of. They got rid of all. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Oh, what sadness. The sad thing is I don't think he even believes half of this crap. He's just paid to say it. All right, Game 3, Nuggets win, so they're up 3-0. Almost a sweep, man. Almost did it again.
Okay, here we go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and now 11 straight wins.
11?
Not even that many crack commandments. The bit doesn't even work.
Damn. That one.
Denver went into LA and dispatched of the Lakers, who by the second half were phoning it in literally. Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. What's that? Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky.
The wheels about to fall off. Is that what?
Tin Man mode.
Oh, no heart?
No heart.
From who?
Need some oil. Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky.
Okay, I'm missing some stuff. Jokic almost has a 24-point triple-double. LeBron, 26, 6, and 9. So good numbers again, but, you know, they didn't win. So.
No heart.
From who?
Need some oil.
You were obviously right about this series. I was obviously wrong. I had Lakers in 6. Now the best they can do is in 7.
Game 4. Lakers won. They avoided the second sweep. Oh, yeah.
Hey, Wilds, I got a question for you.
Sit back and watch.
I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
What's your confidence level, buddy?
My confidence level's at 97.5.
That is not where it was when I walked in this morning.
And what is the 96.5?
No, you're nervous about Jamal Murray.
Okay, here's Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray grabbed his calf.
Was he writhing?
He wasn't writhing. No, I didn't pull the video because I didn't want him to have to see it.
If the Lakers win tonight, do you think we're getting a Game 7?
They're doing 3 in a row.
If they win.
No, that is not the question. The question is,
yeah, but that's assuming they win. How about just assess the situation? They're down 3-1. Do you think it's going to be a Game 7? This is stupid.
It's hard for me to answer that. Because everything to me is Jamal Murray.
That's right.
If Jamal Murray is out or severely hindered, but especially out, I think the Lakers actually have a very good chance of winning this series. Denver is not the same. No, like Jamal Murray is critical to this team.
And if they don't win tonight, They have real problems. The last time they played, was it as close of a game as could possibly exist?
Is that
in the
what we're
NBA?
counting now? Okay, good.
No.
The Super Bowl is close too.
No,
Let's run that back, and I guess put Brock Purdy in the Hall of Fame.
And you know what?
That went to overtime.
Wild, you're getting so mad, buddy.
I'm not getting mad. I'm just correct.
You're talking
this
about
is my
Niners.
this is my correct
Lakers,
voice.
Nuggets.
This is my.
Let's talk Lakers.
Are we surprised KC are not the faves to three-peat? It was super close.
Yes.
Who cares if it was close?
Okay, but you said you can't conceive. It's impossible.
Denver's going to win tonight.
Okay.
Jamal Murray is probably going to play. If he doesn't play, of course,
I think
there's
he
a reason.
did. I can't remember it now. I'm pretty sure he did win in the closeout game.
To be slightly concerned.
Okay, plenty of teams down 3-0 have won a game 5. Plenty. So if you're saying it's at 0%.
I'm saying it's historically it's at 0%.
To win tonight, it's not, buddy.
Is the series at 0% if it's never happened before? If I'm saying that no one's ever seen a unicorn, you're like, I don't know. I've seen a lot of horses and I've seen a lot of goats. I can see those things happening.
Okay,
but if you've never seen, it's never happened in the history of the league.
But that's why I've been very careful not to say the Lakers are winning the series. All I've said
I don't like
is
you.
that they're
I don't like
so he went from Lakers in 6 to Lakers in 7 to I'm scared. He wants them to say it. He won't say it anymore. Nick Wright won't say it anymore.
The show's ruined.
Win tonight. I said if they win tonight, we're getting to game 7.
I don't
and
like
you are
you.
trying to
You're
talk
the
about
worst.
the over.
He is the worst
guy. You're the worst guy.
He is the worst. Nuggets win. Did Jamal play? We'll find out. I think he did.
Live from New York, it's the show that features a real gentleman.
Oh, this is.
Oh, I'm feeling good, and you're looking good too. How was your night?
Mine was good.
Mine was spectacular.
How was yours, Nick?
How about you? This is fellow gentlemen.
Like the
Gentlemen Sweet. Happy Gentlemen Sweet Tuesday here on First Things First. We might eschew our normal open. Just tickle the ivories a little bit.
All right. New season, new look. Yep, there goes the new coach. Oh, man.
Then you look at the head coach
At that
say,
point, that is 3 coaches fired during LeBron's tenure over there. Right? Yes. At least 3. At least 3, because we had Walton in there, right?
do we think this
Vogel and Ham
year he got the most out of the team? I don't. We can disagree. I personally don't. And then the next thing is, do we think, fair or not, and I think it's fair, that the team the players had disengaged from him? They had. So I'm just not going to feel badly for him. I don't think he did a great job, and I don't think he connected with his guys. And I think he didn't do a good job of ever doing I need to be better. It was a lot of they need to play harder. I believed this was not a very well-coached team and a poorly constructed second half of the roster. I'm not calling, you know what I mean?
But you thought it was going to win the championship?
I never picked them to win the championship. I said I picked them to beat the Denver Nuggets going into this series. Even if the Lakers had beaten the Nuggets, I wouldn't have think that, Darvin Ham's a great coach. Now, maybe he would have done something in the series that changed my mind, but it would have been hard for me to believe it. That's where I'm at.
Okay.
I feel the worst for Vogel. Vogel wins a championship, then he gets fired because LeBron. And then the worst case scenario, he comes to a KD-led Suns, another guy who refuses to listen to a coach. And then what happens? He gets fired over here too. Terrible. All right, how do we do? Ooh. All right, it's not the worst. It ain't the best. That's the worst. Can we just manipulate this a little bit? Oh, that looks better, huh? Oh, man, that's bad. All right, what's next? I didn't realize how long this video was going to be, but I'm having a good time. All right, 2025, here we go. JJ, the new Pat Riley in the house. Let's go. Plumbers and firemen, let's rock.
See, it's not just that they're young. It's that they're a weird defensive team because they're not that big. Now, Hartenstein's obviously huge for them, and Chet's big, but they're, aside from Hartenstein, none of their bigs are big as far as is muscular, and their great perimeter defenders are all 6'5" or shorter. Like Dort's a great perimeter defender, he's 6'4". The Lakers, on the other hand, they don't have a big, but they're a huge team. Meaning, like,
Hey, let's remember this. They have the 6th best odds in the league to win a championship this year. This year that's happening right now.
their playoff rotation.
And to be fair, they were number 3 seed in the West. You know, I think a lot of people are skipping the fact that the Lakers were favored to win in the first round this year, like by far. They were playing the 6th seed. They were the 3rd seed. You know, it is what it is.
And everyone's 6'7", 6'8", and so I think that they are a brutal matchup for everyone in the West. I think the only team who has the right personnel to credibly guard both of those guys is Boston. I think Boston, and so I'm not sitting here saying they should be the favorite because they shouldn't be the favorite, but I am saying if they get OKC in a series, I don't know who's going to guard the guy Dort's not guarding. And that to me is if you get playoff LeBron and playoff Luka, that is a legitimate threat in every single series they'll play.
Number 3 seed in the West, preparing to play the number 6.
The best possible path for the Lakers, in my opinion, was having the Thunder, Nuggets, and Clippers on the other side of the bracket. And they do. The Lakers' road to the conference finals is Timberwolves and then either Rockets, Golden State. I don't know how you can credibly play Rudy Gobert the amount of minutes you probably want to play him. You then add that the Lakers...
Hold on.
Amount of minutes you probably want to play him. Another
dude who can't take him serious. I've never seen so much Nick Wright footage in my life as I am right now. And that's one thing I can't help but notice. Everyone thinks he's a clown.
Then add that the Lakers are getting... They no longer have to deal with playoff D'Angelo Russell, which is a disaster, and instead get to go against playoff Julius Randle, which is a different type of disaster. That's nice. They don't have...
Julius Randle been playing good this playoffs. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. He's hooping.
Darvin Ham with his hands in his pockets, drawing up on the whiteboard.
Yeah, instead you got JJ freaking out and yelling all the time and not being able to control his anger because he's a hothead.
Contest without fouling. They've got JJ, who's been up for 39 straight hours, figuring out how to blitz Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, how'd that work?
All that's good. You also have a series.
Look at the guy. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. He can't believe his ears.
Because Luka is going to want to make Rudy Gobert cry. LeBron's
you see, guys,
be able to...
and this should be your cue. This is why I say it all the time. I don't watch mainstream media anymore. This is fake. This isn't real. The guy can't... Whoever's, he's co-hosting right now. He's supposed to keep a straight face. He can't even do it. He can't even go along with the bit. It's so ridiculous. If they can't take it serious, why would we take what they're saying seriously?
Sit back the first 3 quarters like he did in that Mavs game. We saw Luka with a worse supporting cast beat this team in 5 to go to the finals last year. Now, Ant said, I got tired, which was odd, and Ant won't be tired this time. But you also have LeBron with 8 days off coming into it. Do you agree with me that certainly if they win this, he is a bigger imprint on the Lakers than the Heat? LeBron's career has gone 7 years in Cleveland, 4 in Miami, 4 in Cleveland, 7 with the Lakers. So if we assume, as I think we all do, that he's going to be a Laker next year, the longest single tenure with one team that he would have ever had would be with the Lakers. And if they get a second championship, after having their only 6-year, real drought in team history, it certainly guarantees him a statue out front of Staples. Guarantees him a statue. Guarantees him a statue.
Statue. I hate that they're talking about this when the first round, they haven't even gotten out of the first round. And they're talking about this. If LeBron wins, they're going to put a statue out there for him. Will that make him the greatest of all time? Taking over for Michael Jordan. Like, get out of here, man. Stop talking about him winning. Let's see him win first, and then let's talk about the impact, because he doesn't win.
Certainly guarantees him a statue out front of Staples.
Yeah, let's see what happened. What had happened? Game 1. Yep. I watched that whole series.
I am not going to act like this was nothing. This was not nothing.
Yeah.
Now, is it?
Okay, before, because they're probably going to blame Luka or something, because that's just what they do. He shot over 50%, 50-something percent, 37 points. Okay.
Enough for me to be like, oh, the Lakers can't beat them? No. Do I think the Lakers are the better team? Yes. Do I still think the Lakers will win the series? Yes.
Okay.
The difference was the Lakers' defense, and the most impactful, most engaged, best defensive player on the court was the oldest guy on the court, the oldest guy in the league, and that was the story of the game from the opening tip. The guy who you saw from the very beginning that was setting the tone defensively was LeBron James.
See, what I was mad about in this series was, why did it take so long for them to realize the mismatch with Gobert and just punish him? You know, they should have punished, Gobert should have punished him the entire series in the paint. He eventually did it, but I would have liked to see him do that all 5 games. Game 3, Minnesota. Yep. Game 4, Minnesota. Yep. That's a bad man in early playoffs. Ant-Man, I want to see what he does in a finals someday, but I'll tell you what, first couple of rounds of the playoffs, this dude is a bad dude.
All of us, in all seriousness, thought if the games are close down the stretch, it favors the Lakers, and maybe, you know, it would have if they weren't dog-tired. One of the biggest reasons the Lakers are down 3-1 is because the guy...
I like this, by the way. Whoopsie. What did I just do? How did I do that? Sorry, guys. Bear with me. 1 second. Best odds. Okay. Luka, Ant-Man. Kind of confusing at time. Okay, we're right there. Sorry about that, you guys. I don't know what button I hit.
And maybe, you know...
I just wanted to highlight this. This is all I was trying to do. Ant-Man saying this about LeBron. Let him know we're here. He ain't going to just push us around. I like that.
If they weren't dog-tired, one of the biggest reasons the Lakers are down 3-1 is because the guy who was supposed to be the best player in the series has been the third best. Because it has been Ant, LeBron, Luka. Yep. And LeBron has been wildly impactful on the defensive end. It hasn't mattered. You know what I mean? He has been incredibly efficient. After LeBron got the block and the steal on consecutive possessions, yes, and they have the ball up to a minute left, and LeBron is honestly chilling out on the deep wing. Luka, you have the ball a minute left, a bucket and you win the game. And Luka was more gassed than LeBron, ends up pitching it to LeBron, and LeBron takes a deep three, misses it, and then the game goes to hell.
Always missing big threes. Yep, that's it. Gentlemen sweep again.
Here's the thing.
So
I think JJ did a
sweep. What was it? Missed playoff, sweep, gentlemen sweep, gentlemen sweep. I think that's the order now.
Poor job this series. We're going to talk more about it later. The reason I believed the Lakers could win the championship was not because I thought Austin Reeves was a star. It was, you know, and so
Austin gave him 16
By the way,
points.
again, Luka outscored LeBron. Yeah, see, Gobert had that monstrous game 5, but in my opinion, he should have been doing that the whole time.
I mean,
he was Austin Reeves. I didn't
Reeves?
pick the Lakers because I thought we were going to get A+ Austin Reeves performances, and you got C- Austin Reeves performances. One of the biggest criticisms I have about JJ is not recognizing that just because LeBron
By the way, there it is. So we've got blame on Austin Reeves and blame on JJ happening right now. Anything on LeBron? Have you heard anything?
play 42 minutes a game, the same number of minutes per game he was playing at 20, doesn't mean it should be going on at 40. Where the lion's share of this blame lays for the Lakers.
So here it is. That's the setup. Name your scapegoat this time, buddy. Do it.
Is at the feet of the person who made us optimistic about the Lakers. Which
Luka Doncic, isn't it? It's Luka's fault.
Which is Luka.
Son of a bitch. Oh, man. It's disgusting. It never fails.
Luka. This is the first series of his basketball life where...
Stop it right there. Okay, wait. We got like 30 seconds.
It was either he had the advantage from the team around him or it was a fair fight, and his team lost because he didn't deliver. But the biggest reason the Lakers underachieved is because in this series, Luka did. And you're allowed to have that happen, but that to me is bigger than JJ or Austin or LeBron in the fourth, any of them.
So you just barely mentioned LeBron. LeBron in the fourth. Is that a meme? That should be a meme at this point. Oh, there they went. They did good. Still not the worst. Still not the worst. By the way, who wins a championship and it collapses like that? Like crazy. Okay. I like that music, by the way. Okay. I got to do this quick because I got to go to the bathroom, guys. This is a long video. There's nothing much for me to say anyways. Quickly. Luka took his team to the finals without LeBron 1 year ago. So I don't know what this blaming Luka crap is. I'm not like a Luka apologist, but come on now. What happened to LeBron last year? Okay. And then what happened to him this year as the leader of the team? Okay. What happened to Luka last year? He made the finals. What happened to him now that he's on a LeBron-led team out in the first round? Like, it's not hard to put this stuff together, but people like just listen to the mainstream media, and that's all I'm gonna say on the outro. The last thing is, guys, if you're still watching mainstream media and you're still absorbing this crap, it's poison. Like, after watching this reaction right here, please don't do it anymore. Stop it. You're being poisoned. You're being manipulated. It's all fake. It's not real. Like, stop listening to guys like Nick Wright, man. It's a show. It's not for real. None of this is real. They're just getting paid big bucks to push these narratives. So there's an old saying. Actually, I don't know if it's an old saying, but it's something that I say all the time. You want to stop like the clown show on stage? Get rid of the audience. And you're the audience, everybody. All of you are the audience. So if you stop tuning in, the clown stops performing. And that's always been the case for any type of entertainment ever. So the reason that these guys are making big bucks to talk this complete nonsense is because people are tuning in. And it is what it is. Anyways, everyone, I got some business to take care of in the restroom. So I gotta go. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for watching. Please like the video if you haven't done so yet. It helps out a ton. Subscribe to the channel if you want more content like this. Once again, thank you, Scott Merryweather, for becoming a member. I appreciate you. And most importantly, don't be like Nick Wright. Be water, my friends.